Hey guys, welcome to the very last video in this series. I've taken you right down, so my voice might sound slightly different from the other videos. I do apologise about that, but to get all of Peri's cuteness in, one must make sacrifices. So Peri is the Lunar Sculpt by Olga Auer. She is limited edition sculpt with full limbs, and she weighs 3 pounds 6 ounces and was reborn on the 7th of November 2016. So she is the latest baby in my collection and probably one of the most loved ones as well, both here and on Instagram. So I loved Peri's sculpt from the very first photo that Olga Auer put up on her Facebook. I just absolutely loved it. I had gone through a stage where I kind of wanted to get Ophelia, but I'd run out of time to get her. So then when the mini Ophelia sold out as well, I kind of was really regretting that. And so I was looking around for quite some time, and then when Luna came up, I was so excited. I was like, right, I've finally found the very first Alf that I want to have in my collection. And so I stopped being so depressed about not getting Ophelia and waited very impatiently for her to be released, and I got pre-order straight away and then waited until she arrived. And as soon as she arrived, I will link her kit opening video below. You'll get to see why, because I was super obsessed with her from the get-go. Like, as soon as I saw her, I was super happy that I had brought her, and I was so excited for taking her places. And yeah, so her sculpt size is 16 inches, so she's very much so a very small prem size, but I actually put her in doll clothes, but I'll get more into her clothing soon. But for her sizing and stuff, I've been missing having my twin A Georgia, so she filled a void that I really needed to come back. So I was very happy once I assembled her. Even though she wasn't painted, I was carrying her around and super excited about her. When I painted her, everything seemed to work really well. She is a very dainty wee thing, and I wanted her to look very dainty and girly because of the personality that I had built up for her before she even arrived. And I'll get more into that in a moment. But the thing I loved most about painting her, and I will come in with the camera, hopefully we can pick it up. Probably not. I can't see them. But she has very barely there freckles on her cheeks, and they are just to die for. I absolutely love them. So I really enjoyed painting her. She came together so well. Her teeth were the very first time that I've ever painted teeth as well, and they turned out just so well. I can't complain about painting her. It was just so perfect. However, I did have problems with her eyes. I wanted her to have the same eyes as Alfie the Hobbit that I made, but they sold out of that kind, and then so I've brought her a few pairs of eyes and none of them worked, and then so I finally got these green glass eyes in. They look more blue in some lights than green, but they definitely are green when you look up close, and I really do love them now. I think they're perfect for her and they make her her. So obviously I had already sorted out her name before I even had her, before I even had eyes. I wanted her to have the name Peridot because I really love the stone Peridot. It is the stone I chose to represent my dad in the ring that I got after he died. So very special stone to me, and so I wanted to make her an incredibly special elf to me by giving her that name. And she gets called Peri for short, or Peer. She doesn't really have any other names, and I'm yet to make up the storyline for both Peridot and Cerulean, so I don't really have any other names to give them apart from their first names. Like I said, she wears doll clothes or some prem clothes, but I prefer her to wear doll clothes because they look more to her age and more to her. Baby clothes just don't look right on her. She doesn't look right in any of the baby clothes that I've tried on her, really. So I prefer her to wear doll clothes, and she actually has quite a small range of pumpkin patch teddy bear clothes. And her dress that she's wearing, this is actually a dress underneath the top, is from Pumpkin Patch, and she's got wee bloomers on as well that are from Pumpkin Patch for the teddy bear range. Unfortunately, Pumpkin Patch is closing down, and I can't seem to find their teddy bear clothing anywhere in any of the stores, so I can't pick her up anymore, which I'm kind of upset about. But I have been very fortunate to find her some doll clothes that we are going to make patterns from, and therefore she will always look amazing, as she always does anyway. I also plan to make her a bunch of clothes, and from crochet and just from sewing, so hopefully she will have the best wardrobe very, very soon, because she's actually quite limited, even though she has quite a few Pumpkin Patch items. So for her clothing ideas, I wanted her to be very feminine, very girly, and she pulls that off. I wanted her to wear lots of green, but she actually doesn't own a single green thing except for her Christmas dress. So yeah, that's kind of awkward. So we need to get on top of that, because her favourite colour is green, so we need to get some more. Her iconic item is this green tinsel. If you followed along with the Christmas storytelling thing that we were doing with the fairies and the elf, she wanted green tinsel for Christmas, so, and green baubles. So this is something that she's pulled out of the box that I'm trying to pack up, because she doesn't want Christmas to end. So like Cerulean, she is one of my role play babies, so I will talk as if she is real, and that doesn't bother me in the slightest. She is ever so real to me in that way. I just love making up stories with her and Rue. It's just so much fun, and I think she has just the most sweetest personality, so let's get into that. And talking about sweet, that is essentially the best word we can use for her personality. Peridot is an innocent and kind of pure, simple elf. She has not experienced really anything hard or anything horrible in her life. She's just very innocent and thinks the world is amazing and everyone in it is amazing. So she's a very happy-go-lucky kind of child, but this leads her into trouble with Cerulean and Fudge and stuff, because they are little troublemakers and she doesn't understand the difference so much. I think that's kind of what I like about her the most, is that she tries to be innocent but can't understand why their behaviour is not so innocent, yet goes along with it because she's such a people pleaser. So I feel as though also she is much younger than the fairies. The fairies have a bit more life to them, a bit more experience and stuff, where she doesn't. So I feel as though she's younger than them, and that kind of is expressed in the way that I portray her in her role-playing stories and how innocent she behaves. And like I said, she is a people pleaser and loves animals and flowers and all things that are girly and nice, rainbows and butterflies. I just wanted to give her that kind of happy-go-lucky feel, because when life is so tough and we have our own issues and everything like that, like I suffer from anxiety and just things like that. So when life is so tough, you kind of need to have that place where you have rainbows and butterflies and happiness. And Peridot is that for me. She's just my happy-go-lucky little elf, so I just love having her so much, and she has truly changed my world. I forgot to mention when I was talking about her reborning, about her hair. So she has the longest hair that I have in my collection, and I love it, but I also don't love it. So I'll talk about her dislikes first instead of her likes. So obviously I like her hair because of the way I can style it and stuff, but I absolutely hate it at the same time, because I'm so not used to having a baby with long hair in my collection. And so you have to be incredibly careful with dressing her and holding her, and everything about her to protect that hair has to be done delicately. And I mean, I'm really gentle with my reborns most of the time anyway, so like I can't see why it's so frustrating for me, but it's just like I have to put in extra effort just to handle her, and I'm always worried about her hair. Even though I have hair to replace or repair anything that comes out, it's just so frustrating to worry about her hair all the time. And I'm so nervous when I pull it out and try to put it into different styles about how much hair is going to come out and stuff like that. Even though it's sealed, you kind of get it. I mean, hopefully you've got the experience of having a baby with long hair. If you haven't, then you probably wouldn't know what the struggle is. I need to get some more habits down pat with her of how to deal with her and her hair, because there was a point where I almost sold her or put her up for adoption because I was just so scared about ruining her hair. So I'm really glad I got past that point. And the things I love about her, obviously, what's not to love about Peri? She's just the most sweetest thing, and what she represents is the thing I love the most about her. But I also love that she has freckles, even though you can't see them on camera right now. I just love how dainty she is, how girly she is. Her personality is just everything I need, and I love her size. So Peri is just one of the sweetest babies that I have ever come across, and I just love having her in my collection. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you've enjoyed watching all the babies in this series. I've enjoyed sharing them with you all today and over the last 6 weeks, because I filmed this all back to back. And I will be hopefully sharing a new video with you by the time this video hits up about the new babies that are coming into my collection this year in 2017. So stay tuned for that for next week in the grand finale of this Meet My Reborn series for 2017. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.